Hello and welcome. Today I'm outside. I'm here to repot some of my old succulents. Now I had recently did a shorts video. Sorry, there's a bird chirping or squawking behind me. But so recently I did a kiln opening on some of the newest pottery that I have made, and I made these specifically for succulents that are more stemmy or has tall stems. And I personally don't know if this is deep enough. I feel like I didn't use enough clay. Had I used more clay, I could have probably pulled it up higher. But I made these specifically for these succulents that are getting tall but not necessarily bigger. So let's see how that goes. I'm gonna repot a couple of my older succulents. And so the first one I'm gonna show you guys is this rainbow. So rainbow for me hasn't been that easy. It's quite difficult in that they do get really leggy. I feel like they are fast growing and it's variegated, so kind of does better in part shade, so I've read and heard. But to me, I feel like they do just get really leggy in a partly sunny area, so it's a little difficult for me, and I still haven't figured it out. But all in all, outside it does great, and in the fall is when they look the best in my opinion. This and the Pearl Van Number, as you know, this is the variegated version of it, as far as I know. But so this is in a terracotta pot that I painted, which kind of did a really lousy job in it. I think when I first potted it in here, it was a bigger rosette, and it was obviously sitting flush to the gravel. Since then, it's gotten tall, and as I mentioned, it does like to get leggy, especially indoors. So this is what it looks like now. So I'm gonna repot it into this. As you can see, it's much narrower but taller. So let's go. Most of the time, succulents do better in low profile pots. That's just my personal opinion. There's some varieties that likes to get stemmy, as I call it. So I'm not gonna cut out a lot of the roots or anything. I'm not gonna clean out a lot of the roots. I'm just gonna see how they look. And I think I watered this not too long ago, so it looks like it's still a little bit wet, so I don't want to really scrape it too much. I'll try to shake off the excess. And I'll have to look up when was this last planted or last repotted. I don't know if it was ever repotted. I feel like it has been. So as much as I like to put my succulents in these tiny pots, and in my opinion, of course, they're much easier to make from a pottery point of view. The only issue with, I don't know if I should call it an issue, but the only thing with that is if you plant it in a small pot, there's a likelihood that the succulent will continue to shrink down its face. At least in my experience and what I have heard and watched from other plant people. It may or may not grow in here. And I've seen succulents where if I pot it with ample space meaning an inch or two away, bigger than the actual face, not an inch, sorry, a centimeter to 2 centimeters bigger than the face itself. A lot of times it does catch up and get bigger. Other times it actually shrinks down the face. I still don't really know if that's related to the pot size, meaning if you pot it in too small of a pot, it's going to continue to shrink down its face. It'll mature faster, but it'll continue to shrink down the face, or if that's related to some other factors, which I can't think of on the top of my head right now. It's really hard to do two things at once, potting and thinking or remembering some of the stuff that I have learned or the information I've accumulated over the course of my succulent journey. But here we are, it's done. Pretty cute. Sort of what I envisioned. I'm hoping that it will grow in here. Don't know if it will, but keeping my fingers crossed. Okay, on to the next one. So I don't think this has been sitting here for that long of a period of time, or maybe it has. Yeah, this is, what is this? I think it's an Aeonium pinwheel. I think. So this one I got it as a free clipping in one of, when I purchased one of my Aeoniums. And since then, initially I thought it was going to die on me. I had 2 clippings, but it actually did really well, and it rooted and it put out pups, as you can see. And it's gotten really tall. So I'm really proud of this one, I have to say. And I think it really did well in here. I could feel the roots tugging. That's always, I guess this also looks like I watered not too long ago. Yeah, the soil is still somewhat wet and these are broken roots. Yep, ooh, look at all those roots. So they're really good in here. One of the reasons why I love planting succulents in terracotta pots. The only other problem that I have with like terracotta pots, a lot of them, they get moldy, as you can see. So especially with my like humidity issue here in New York, yeah, it gets, that's always the dilemma I have out here. Well, I shouldn't call it a dilemma. That's really always that's my biggest hurdle, I should say, out here in New York, outdoors. It's just so much humidity, and it's so much cooler today. It's very windy and breezy, but the minute the sun goes down, the humidity will skyrocket in my backyard. Currently, it's 46%. I'm looking at my thermostat. Currently, it's 46%, but it will definitely go up to, I think the last time I checked, at nighttime when I'm out here, yeah, it'll easily go to like 86%, almost 90%. Totally cute. I wish that this pot was taller, or I wish that this was sitting more deeper inside, but there was so much roots on the bottom. I think this is the best that I can do. Okay, here we go. Today I potted these 2 succulents. Well, repotted these 2 succulents. One on the left is Echeveria Rainbow, and the one on the right is an Aeonium Pinwheel. I think it's pretty cute. I really love how these pots came out. And I think that's it for today. I'll follow up with some more potting. Alright, till next time. Thanks for watching. Bye now.